What's up, everybody? Welcome this week to episode 6 of This Week in Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about the Game Awards, what little we can, the Anthem Alpha, Red Dead Online, Good Guy Epic, and a bunch of other stuff. But first, I'm John at Force Inept. We've got
Mike at Fresh.
And Deion at Super Nerd Fresh.
Nice.
Boom.
Sorry, real quick, I just realized our names are all like slightly over there. So I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, when we do the Game Awards. But if you guys missed last week, we live streamed the Game Awards, so we got to talk a lot about that, so we'll cover that in a little bit. But first, just want to cover Extra Life real quick. Just got an email today from them locally. We've raised $122,000 for the Orlando Health Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and
That's awesome,
Babies.
dude.
Like, crazy. So we, I'm not sure as a group, if we were compared to individuals, we would have been in the top 10, which is pretty awesome. And nationally, so far this year, there's been over 12 million raised. So amazing. Link is still down below. If anybody's interested, obviously taking donations all year, every year, but trying to do what we can this year. Bye. But on that note, we will get into the news.
Can't wait till I get the green screen and just block that shit out.
I feel like that was a lot longer intro than usual, but maybe that's just me. But anyways,
Played his voice.
probably. The first topic, the Game Awards. God of War winning Game of the Year. I was not surprised, to say the least, and super happy to see them win. I was a little worried with Red Dead Redemption 2 sweeping pretty much fucking everything else. But well deserved. I don't know if you guys had any comments on it, but
I mean,
I'm just glad.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it didn't get forgotten.
Yeah.
You know, we have Oscar season for a reason, and it's when they put these movies out right before the awards, so they're fresh in everybody's mind. God of War was amazing, but it was so early in the year. I was really concerned that with as strong as Red Dead Redemption 2 was at the end of the year, that people were just going to sort of out of sight, out of mind. So I'm like you. I'm very, very glad that they won it, and I think it was very well deserved.
Yeah, same. I'm glad. That's it, dude. I'm happy that they won.
and then Spider-Man won nothing. It was this year's
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, but still a great game. And we'll talk about our Game of the Year. I think we're playing on not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, doing our personal Game of the Year, talking through the topics and everything like that. So if you're interested in that, obviously check us out then. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean, as I mentioned, swept everything else pretty much. I mean, they had the live performance for the music. They won Best Music and Best like audio design, which
Yeah.
I just finished the entire thing, epilogue and everything, the last night or the night before, and I give them even more credit now. Like, I thought it was great, but the ending just so good. Best indie I want to note was Celeste. I thought that was pretty cool. Great game. Definitely check it out. It won most impactful game as well, but it was pretty cool just to see an indie title like that get nominated along with the Game of the Year contenders. So shout out to that. And we did that prediction game and I won. I just want to put a reminder out there.
By like
That I won.
one,
Doesn't matter.
Appreciate it.
which was probably like best MLG coach or something like that.
We'll never know. Unless we go back and watch the video. But we'll probably never know because I'm not going to do that.
No. 4 hours long, hell no.
Yeah, definitely not. Out of the Game Awards, though, came what I think has been one of the most talked about upcoming games is The Outer Worlds. Yeah, holy shit. They timed that right with all the Fallout 76 stuff. It's Obsidian, some of the creators of the original Fallouts and then Fallout New Vegas, and it was like, oh, by the way, here's this. It won't suck like Fallout 76 does. Just heads up there. So I'm pretty excited. That it comes out in April too, which is insane.
Yeah, stealth drop for sure.
How fast. Although Kotaku, I guess, did an interview and they were talking about how the developers don't want everybody to think, it's going to be as big as Fallout New Vegas. It's a smaller developer, so it's not an indie game by any means, but it's not, one of those AAA Fallout behemoths either. So I think they're probably, all the hype on the internet right now is just kind of insane, and they're probably like, okay, let's temper expectations a little bit, but...
well, you can see what expectations do. Look at No Man's Sky and where expectations were when it came out, and just the train that went right through them. So
yeah, that's an interesting point. I feel like No Man's Sky, it was one of those games in development for 5 or 6 years, whatever it was, and it was continually like, this game's going to be amazing. It's going to do all these things. It's just I feel like they overpromised. The entire way. Yeah. And then
that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to, hopefully we hear about betas or, more information drops on it, because right now there's not a ton of information out there that I've seen.
Yeah, a couple things of what is out there. One thing is they did announce that they will be free of microtransactions, which is in today's world, that's like pretty big, to say the least. So it's just cool that we can get a game in 2019 and it be freaking not full of, here, buy this to get this skin. So that's cool in and of itself. And then there are some footage of 14 minutes of gameplay, so you should take a look at that if you haven't already.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It does look like Fallout 4-ish.
Right.
So, but just take a look. It's not much. It just reminded me right of Fallout, like walking around the environments, talking to a couple characters, and a couple dialogue options that pop up. But yeah, check that out too.
I'm curious if this is going to alter Starfield at all, because I forgot who we were talking to. Anton, maybe Pharaoh, talking about he was just expecting this to be Starfield, essentially, but by a different developer. I don't know. The way Bethesda goes, it kind of makes sense as far as kind of the expectations. It's pretty much Fallout on a planet, but I don't know. We'll see. Next to not really talk about, but a little bit, was Anthem Alpha. We got to play it. That's mostly all we can say. But it was something. And I look forward to hopefully a beta that allows more
is
playing.
Something else.
Yes. Something more. I will say that. Any other vague comments you guys want to make on that one?
It's a game.
It's a game?
Played it.
It's a game. It's online.
So I've been super hyped for Anthem since middle of last year. I'm not disappointed. So I'm still looking forward to the game's release.
That's fair.
I'll safe.
That's safe. That's good. Okay. Next, back to Red Dead Redemption 2. They're online, so they've made some pretty big economy shifts already. So people complaining immediately about, complained about various things, but the big one was the economy and how much of a grind it was. People were posting, okay, you gotta go kill fucking alligators and skin them to get, any remote amount of money to be able to get anything. So they gave it, what was it, $150 or $250 to anybody that participated in the beta? And
it was $250 and like 12 gold bars.
Yeah, that sounds right. So they did that. I was really excited. I thought that was a lot, but then they did shift the prices of all the items as well. So, well, I should say quite a few of the items. Creating your own posse, like a persistent independent one, was still $200. So I pretty much just threw that into the slightly salted
What a
squad.
guy. What a guy.
Yeah, you know. We haven't actually played it yet, though. And then the gold bar ones, it was like items that previously I thought only cost 1 gold bar. I could be mistaken. Now cost like 5 or 6. So it was kind of like, okay, they shifted it. You get more.
But they might be easier to acquire now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I heard before it was like 8 to 10 hours for a single gold bar.
yeah, I mean, most missions, even now, I was thinking I only get like 4% of a gold bar, so like 4 cents towards a gold bar, however that works.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard some interesting discussion on it and about, online gaming economies and things like that. But I don't quite understand why that would be the case for this game. It's not like you're doing independent trading. It's not World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, they literally hired economists to come in and fix that economy because that's a player-created, player-driven economy. This is all player versus player interacting with NPCs. So I don't understand, I guess, how that was missed, but...
Well, I think go ahead, Dan.
No, it's still something that you still have to evaluate what someone puts in as far as game time towards feeling value towards that, right? I mean, that's something that they had to analyze towards Grand Theft Auto too, and they shifted that economy. I mean, they started throwing out $1 million to a lot of people just for different events and stuff like that they were doing. But I don't know, it's still a game towards reward, even though it's not an actual economy towards other players. You still have to kind of evaluate it in that standard.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's still beta. I don't think they actually gave an official date of when it comes out of beta.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. I didn't know if it's...
Yeah, I mean,
we're in a world now where everything is alpha, beta, and no one wants to say they're officially released. We were just talking about that, right, John? Like Fortnite. Cool.
Still early access on Season 7. And making billions of dollars, but...
And on every console.
And mobile device. Yeah, insane. We'll talk about that in a second. But the Red Dead Online, I don't know. I played a little bit of it last night. I had fun. I beat the main story, so I was kind of taking note. You go through the credits, and I had to look that up because I was impressed with the number of people in the credits. Apparently, there's over 3,000 people mentioned in the credits, which it did take like 20-some minutes to actually complete through. Granted, there's little cutscenes and stuff like that. But there was an online economy section of the credits, and I was like, huh, you guys fucked up.
You're the only person to have actually read all 3,000 names of the credits, John.
I did not count them, though, and somebody did, so I feel sorry for that individual. But I'm sure they had their moment of fame when it was like, oh my god, somebody read that there's over 3,000.
Well, they had announced before the game was coming out, one of the stats was like they had between 700 and 1,000 different voice actors, like voice actors alone, not including all the animators, and on a 7-year project. Think about the people that came in for 2 years and then stepped away from that project,
Yep. Yeah, not to mention all the contractors and all the stuff. There's a lot of, names from India and stuff like that, but, so, let's see, we talked about Red Dead. They're fixing their stuff. We'll get to Fallout 76, which just continues to fail, but good guy Epic Games is just killing it right now. It's just...
Great year.
Insane. Yeah. Phenomenal year with their early access game that's arguably not early access, but now they're launching the Epic Games Store. So, Deion, you had stats on that.
Yeah, so Steam just announced their change in payment. So right now, developers would keep 70% of total game revenue coming through Steam if it's under 10 mil, and what they added now is if your game makes over 10 mil, it's 75% you keep, and if it's over 50, you get 80%. But what Epic Store is doing is,
which I think this announcement was a day after Steam did this new thing, this team structure, which arguably only helps the large developers.
It helps the big guys. It does not help the little guys.
Yeah.
Yep. And so this is all devs, keep 88% of all profit. And there's no tier or anything like 88%.
It's insane.
And so I'm a fan of it, and it breeds good competition, right? Which only should help the gamer, the consumer. So I'm all for it.
Actually, I'm gonna pull this up right here while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty limited right now as far as your options. I mean, they literally just launched it, so it's they've got Ashen and Hades, which I do want to pick up Hades. Shout out to Transistor, they're the creators of that Supergiant. Transistor was amazing. Just listening to the soundtrack. You got some pre-purchase. You got a few Fortnite, obviously, which I actually did kind of like. It wasn't just front and center of it, which was kind of nice. And then you got a bunch of coming soon ones. So Journey, which is cool. The Super Meat Boy Forever. World War Z apparently is still a thing. But yeah, Epic Games is just fucking killing it. And then to make it even better, they just yesterday or the day before shared that they're going to all the crossplay effort they went in with Fortnite. I mean, literally, PlayStation, Xbox, well, PlayStation to an extent, they allow it, but PlayStation is PlayStation. But PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PC, iOS, Android, you can play all that shit on there. And they did all that development work to figure out how to get those, to get your collectibles cross-platform, your login and stats cross-platform. And they're going to just give away all that development effort and share it with everybody. So far there's been, and they allegedly say platform and stores. So even if you're through Steam or something like that, allegedly you'll be able to do that. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of hook hey, it's even easier if you do it through the Epic Games Store or something like that. But right now, I mean, that's huge. It shows that, I mean, they're making enough money that now they can be, they can share, they can be the good guys of the market now and really show as a contender to Steam. And honestly, just shut fucking Discord right out as much as we're using Discord right now. Chat, the game store, good luck now. They we're trying against Steam, but now look at this shit. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm really happy that they did that, because now that they've done that, that's a service that other games and other companies are going to strive to achieve. It's similar to what Tesla did back in 2014 when they were just like, here's all the patents to all of our batteries, competition, try to make something.
Right.
Here it is. This is how you do it, make us something. And then now by 2020, there's no less than 3 cars that are supposed to be these Tesla Slayers that are using all of this technology. So it's a similar concept. Look, this is what we're doing. Try to keep up with us, and games are just going to evolve from there. Very cool.
I'm so excited. And they've actually already put a roadmap out for, I think it goes through Q4 of 2019, of those extra capabilities that they'll be releasing as far as being able to purchase and have purchasable and non-purchasable and exclusives carry over across the platforms as well. So they've even detailed out a roadmap for that development effort that is just going to be shared, which is just blows my mind that such a company like Tencent, who owns Epic Games, would even allow that type of free to share type stuff that potentially breeds competition, but I don't know, we'll see. And then Epic, I mean, they have a new season of Fortnite, so I know Deion's really excited for it. It's the winter one. Oh shit, this isn't gonna launch my game, is it? Nope. But yeah, so they're doing some stuff with custom building, so you can create your own island and kind of explore and do shit. There's now biplanes. It's the winter season. Yeah, I actually started playing it again today because I was so interested in this, and just Epic being awesome lately. I was like, you know what? I definitely want to check it out. And I'm having fun so far. I'm still not good at it, but having fun. So we'll see how that goes. See how much I actually.
I had this revelation when my buddy was in town and we went to the Florida Mall and we're going through. We were just walking around and everything, and we just went to the Microsoft store. We just happened to go by, and I just we all know Fortnite's a thing, but literally, I mean, every Microsoft laptop was there had a kid playing Fortnite on it. They
Oh,
had
yeah?
big projector screens of people playing Fortnite. Literally everything that was there, someone was playing Fortnite on it. I was just like, holy shit. Like,
It's the Flappy Bird of 2018, bro.
it's just crazy to me. It's crazy. And parents are just dropping off their kids, right? Like, have fun in the stores, play Fortnite all damn day, and it's just insane, and what this game has become, really.
Yeah, it's early access. Just think when it becomes non-early access.
Stop.
It's gonna be.
And they start charging everybody
It's
for
gonna be
it.
so much better. They
I
also
had the same sort of epiphany when we were listening to the Game Awards, and all those content creators were all Fortnite players.
every single one of them.
Like, that's what people want to see. That's what the community wants right now.
Fuck, we should stop the stream right now and go play Fortnite.
Nope.
What are we doing here?
I-
Why are we talking about gaming news when we could be playing Fortnite and getting all the views?
You're outvoted. Let's go do it.
Ha.
I do like this theory, though. We'll just get everybody hooked, and then we'll just make the game like $80. You're gonna buy it.
Oh, by the way, we're taking
That's exactly-
Got you all.
we're taking away all
$6
access.
a month.
Now pay for it.
Right.
Every single kid will be screaming.
Can you imagine?
Give me
We're
money.
coming out of beta. We're gonna reset everybody back to Play One unless you pay us for your content.
Ooh.
Man, and Epic just stock tanks. Slash, they would probably make money anyways.
Of course.
Speaking of tanking, that was a good
Nice roll.
transition, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The Fallout of Fallout 76. I thought this image was appropriate. So honestly, I don't even know where to start or end with this. There was the canvas bag, which is a blatant false advertising. They got class action suit against that. They're sending people bags. Because of that, them sending bags, they had ticket systems, which then people were able to view all tickets, including people's personal information.
Oh no.
So yeah,
Yeah, they gave access to everybody else's tickets.
yeah,
Oh,
and us working the
God, guys.
development, field where we do tickets and things like that, and we have clients to submit tickets. I heard that and I was just like, oh my god, like not even like personal data, but if I just had one client see another client's even comments, innocuous comments, holy shit, let alone
Yeah.
personal data. And with GDPR, I mean, GDPR is 4% of your revenue per fine. Like, if it gets followed through to the law, etc., 4% per fine. It's insane.
Yeah.
So,
My first thought was, I'm glad that wasn't us.
oh, yes, no shit. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. The first comment on the boards was, "This has been resolved. Thank you for letting us know," something like that, and that was it. And it was like, wow, that person probably is having the shittiest, week, month of their life dealing with all the other shit, and they probably just didn't want to go into it. And then, yeah, now they've got more official statements on things like that. But God, it's just one thing after another, and they're all different. From what I can tell from the outside, obviously, is like it's different divisions or sections of their company, each fucking up individually.
Yeah, it's a snowball thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually something that's important. This was not a Fallout 76 breach. This was a Bethesda breach.
Mhm.
And so most of the tickets were open for the canvas bag and whatnot, but there were other things like Skyrim that
Yeah.
had tickets open as well.
True. Yeah, there was the development, then there was the marketing, I'm sure, whoever did the pre-order specials, and then there's this, which is just a ticketing system that's totally different community, I'm sure, within Bethesda. It's just like, individually, each one is bad. And they're all unrelated, but holy shit, all together, like, I don't know how you easily come back with this. Like, Bethesda is fucking tainted, especially just Fallout name. That's going to be something to overcome. But they did release a big patch a couple days ago, I want to say. And they apparently have improved a lot of things. I haven't actually gotten online to try it yet, but they improved all the camp system and being able to build and remove debris and stuff like that. They fixed a lot of glitches, like the Immortal glitch. And this one guy had a glitch where whenever he died, the server crashed. It crashed everybody on the server every time he died.
When he died?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just weird ass glitches like that, and it's like, you guys should have just pushed the game and waited like another 4 or 5 months. And
Right.
Yeah, I always thought that, my whole little conspiracy was just that, they were going to put this out knowing that it's not the next Fallout, but that they could get enough information in this to make Starfield have some of this. And that's just me guessing, but I thought they would start to incorporate Starfield and maybe make it like this using the MMO type stuff. So I always knew that, like, I figured it would be a little buggy, but I knew that they would use it later. But I mean, just the amount of things is just like, it's beyond just going, okay, yeah, I get it, you're just doing this for the first time. As far as it's like, nah, man, like, it's just straight broken stuff. Things start snowballing out of control with all the other things that you guys have mentioned, and it's unfortunate. I do think it's Bethesda, and they'll bounce back and show me a 1-minute trailer of Elder Scrolls, and people will be like, all right, we're fine. But like, for 2018, that's a shitty year for them.
yeah, I would love to know the business decision, because it was E3 when it was announced, so it was earlier this year it was announced, and everybody's like, holy shit, that's soon. And it's like, you probably could have gotten away with pushing it till Q1, even Q2 next year, and whatever that decision was, whether it was the fiscal year or whatever that they need to rake money in or what. But damn, I'm sure they're all regretting that now at this point.
I'm sure there's financial motivation, especially with like the beta. You had to pre-order to even get access to the beta, and like
that was
the way they kind of like lock you into. Yeah, we talked about that, I think, on one of the streams.
Yeah.
I think they were financially motivated.
That was the first red flag, and we should have all paid more attention. But I was like, fuck it, Fallout, buy and try some Centennial Edition. Glad I didn't get the Power Armor Edition though. Although the helmet was still pretty badass from what I hear. So let's see. Onto something else buggy. The Pokemon Go PvP trainer battles dropped today.
Yeah, slow rollout, I think, over yesterday and today.
Gotcha.
Everybody should have access today.
So, actually, now that I look at this, I don't think it quite looked like that for me, but I've only done...
Tried it?
I did it once with a buddy remotely, so that was nice. Right now on Pokemon Go, to trade and stuff, you have to be right next to each other. For battles, so you can do it anywhere. So I did it with a buddy up near Chicago, and it was pretty good until the end, and somehow his glitched, so he just got to do the power move repeatedly, which is something you normally charge up and get to use once or twice an attack, and he was able to just spam it on me, so I naturally lost. So not a great first experience, had a few issues trying to connect and stuff like that first, but definitely an interesting development, and I think will help push this game to maybe that next level and keep continuing, because I know lately it's been killing the popularity anyways. So
yeah, a couple things that I wanted to mention. Number one, you can kind of see in the image there, each character has 2 charge attacks. That was a really cool introduction, and I think with all the PvP stuff that happened, the second charge attack to me is one of the biggest impacting things. So you can spend 75,000 Stardust and like 100 candy or something like that to unlock a second charge attack, which will give you an advantage in battles. So that is super cool. I did do a couple battles, including one against my wife this afternoon. That one, I absolutely destroyed her, because I've been playing Pokemon since I was 12, and she just started last year. But what I found weird was, like, she got a Sinnoh Stone for winning. A Sinnoh Stone is an item that, up until recently, you had to farm daily quests every day for a week, and you get a chance to get a Sinnoh Stone out at the end of your week. And they're needed to evolve most of the Gen 4 Pokemon, specifically like the heavy hitters like Rhyperior and Magmortar, things like that. But even though she lost, she got one, and I got 500 Stardust.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got 500 Stardust for losing.
Yeah, so I don't know if, like, should that have gone to the victor, or is it just participate and you have a chance at getting a Sinnoh Stone? Because then she finished her 7-day quest today and got a second Sinnoh Stone, and I was pretty fucking
And
salty.
you were just like, fuck this.
I was. because I've had 2 weeks of like daily quests that I've not gotten to Stone. So, but all in all, I think it's been pretty fun. There's a weird delay in sort of setting up the battle, so they can request the battle, select their Pokemon, and then by then it officially like comes up on the other person's phone.
Yeah.
Which makes it a little weird.
Yeah, it seemed a little odd. But...
Yeah, but once we got into the battles and stuff like that, it seemed to be pretty responsive. Yeah, I'm sure it can use some fine tuning, but overall, I'm not terribly disappointed with it or anything.
Yeah, for first rollout, I'm sure there'll be a lot of learnings on it.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh shit. Added. I don't even have an image for it. I'm gonna Google an image real quick. But we're talking NES and SNES Classics.
Yeah. So Reggie Fils-Aimé came out with a statement and pretty much said for US, the plan is that the NES and SNES Classics will no longer be available after the holidays. So you should be getting them now if you don't have them already.
I've got the SNES. Either of you guys have the NES?
I do not.
Yeah,
I didn't pick up either one of them.
Yeah, my sister-in-law picked up the SNES. Her dad works for like Best Buy or something, and he was able to put one away. So she kind of paid for it and was like, "Oh yeah, hey, I got it for you." And so by that point, I think I'd already decided I didn't really want it. But I haven't been overly like impressed with it. It's just an emulator. It's pretty cool to drop more ROMs on it. So I have like 80 or 90 games that I can switch out. I don't think the memory holds all of them, but I have like 30 or 40 games on there.
That's cool.
The NES, I don't know. I haven't heard any great things. I think you can hack it the same way. But
yeah. What's funny with the SNES one too is the PS Classic just came out. Players that ended up putting like those PS1 games onto the SNES Classics, it actually ran better on the SNES Classic than the actual PS1 Classic that came out. They had like comparison screens and stuff like that, which is hilarious. So
no shit.
Can I come in?
Come in, Mike.
Yeah.
Hold on.
She's welcome. She's welcome to come in. But yeah, the Sony one was actually the first one that I was kind of tempted for, but I also have all those systems in the other room not hooked up, so I'll never play them. But actually, I take that back. With the Crash Team Racing announcement, Sierra and I had that out, and she was playing Crash Team Racing and Rugrats. Which, wow, looking back on that, was just a horror-scape of a game, and
it was
terrifying.
I
terrifying,
loved it.
Difficult.
God, I remember grabbing that one from Blockbuster, coming home.
That's
after school.
I was gonna share that same memory. Must have rented it like 10 times.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
R.I.P.
remember when those graphics were so good, and now I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
like Final Fantasy VII. I remember playing that the first time and seeing the first CGI trailer, which it's CGI, so it's still like okay, I guess, but wow. Yeah.
So I was gonna get the PS Classic. Interesting that the SNES Classic can run those games better.
Yeah.
I need to do some research and find out how to get them on there, and if you can still use the SNES controllers.
You can, because I forgot what news article I was reading, but the person that did it actually said that it felt better with that controller than it did with the PS1 Classic. So at least they did it. I mean, I don't know if it was biased in exactly what games, because I'm sure some games probably run better than others. But as far as control and stuff like that, I mean, you're able to do it on that. So I would give that a shot. It was a little unfortunate that the PS Classic didn't have, I don't know, some games that I would have wanted it to have, but I know that's with a lot of stuff, right? Like Spyro, like there's other companies and they're strict on what they want to put on there, so it's unfortunate, but
yeah. Well, they didn't even have the analog sticks, right? So I guess the D-pad and the 4 buttons and your 2 shoulder buttons.
That's it, right? So in that way, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, I might be doing that then. It's been sitting in my graveyard for a while, so
didn't hear great things on the Sony one, unfortunately. So that's kind of what turned me away from
Nintendo,
especially.
Release a Nintendo 64 Classic. I know you said you don't want to do it, but I'm begging.
Yeah, they said that. So
please do it.
Yeah, even after this comment that Reggie said, people were still like,
that N64 though,
real? In an interview, I forgot who it was for Nintendo, but they did say, "Don't worry, Red Dead Redemption 2 will not be coming to the Switch." And it was like, no shit.
Yeah.
Switch would explode.
Speaking of that, kind of taking a detour, did you guys see the supposed rumor that, or the supposed glitch that's created the rumor that there's a
Yes.
Red Dead Redemption 1 on the disc?
Oh no, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, so I won't give any. After you beat the prologue, or after you beat the main game, the voice actor for one of the characters switched. And it switched to what sounded like an older version of Jack, which could be from Red Dead Redemption 1. And so they weren't sure if those were like sound clips that were used for development, or if maybe there's something else on the disc, which I think is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'll be something. Which, throw some trophies on there, I'll play that again.
I want to play it so badly. I didn't play the first one, so
That's great.
and then
Oh, yeah.
chronologically, I'm happy with what I've done.
One of the
So
few games
Yeah,
that
actually, that's a good
go
point.
away.
Playing it now, immediately following, would be pretty cool, actually.
yeah,
Especially if
because
you
I
like
actually
that.
give a shit.
It would. You got to give it a little bit. Graphically, though, which it looked amazing when it came out, though, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yep.
where's my horse's
Well,
balls? You know, like that's gonna be the
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck?
They didn't even shrink? Come
Everyone-
on.
Amateurs. You mean I can't talk to this person? What the fuck?
Dumb. Just shoot him in the face. And let's see. Final topic. I just wanted to make a note. You can go watch it if you want. But the Kind of Funny Game Showcase was this past Saturday, and I thought it was really cool. They got, I think it was 68, something like that, games. Went through them. Obviously, mostly indie little games and stuff like that, but a lot of DLC. They got Guacamelee 2, everything like that. DLC announced. So, pretty cool. Check it out. It's like an hour and 10 minutes or whatever. You can go watch on their YouTube. But pretty cool. Just tons of dates and everything like that for a bunch of, smaller games if you're into that more indie scene.
Nice.
And I think that covers our topics. So, now what? We're going to talk about what are we playing? Red Dead Redemption 2. Just finished it. Finished the story, I should say. So, I'm kind of conflicted now because I want to play more of it. At the same time, I really want to go back to Assassin's Creed. So, I don't know.
And that's not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad choice.
so I think I'm gonna probably do that. Playing Smash Bros. Ultimate. Earlier tonight I was at 57 characters unlocked, and I'm doing it.
Nice.
I'm doing it the pretty slow way actually, where you just get a chance to unlock when I think it's like every 10 minutes gameplay, which
Yeah.
says how much I've been playing it, I guess. But yeah, so I'm almost there. We should be streaming that Sunday early afternoon. So it will be the three of us and maybe one or more guest stars. We'll see how that works out. So I'm hoping I unlock all the characters by then, but that's my goal. And then Overwatch. We all got into Overwatch pretty recently, back into that, and that's been a lot of fun. The Winter Wonderland event just started on Tuesday, so we've been streaming that. Might stream that after this. We'll see how that goes. And then shout out to Fortnite. I started playing today. And then Beat Saber, because of the Expert Plus mode, I've been doing that again for a workout, and holy shit, my arms literally ache because I've only passed an Expert Plus song once. Wow. I have full comboed,
Wow.
100%ed every single default song on Expert except one. And Expert Plus, I've been able to pass one of the songs once. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a fucking step up. But it's an insane workout and shitload of fun. And allegedly some updates for that coming too for Christmas. I don't know what that means, but that was pretty much all I
Mariah
shared.
Carey.
Oh my god.
Expert Plus. Mike, where are you playing?
I'm excited about Beat Saber. I still have my parts out at HTC to get the base station replaced, so I haven't been able to play that just yet. I've been chipping away at the RDR2 Platinum. I'm still uncommitted whether or not I want to get it. At this point,
It's a
all the
commitment.
trophies I have left for offline, I have to start the whole game over. I don't know if I want to do that or not.
Actually, sorry, I want to jump in there real quick. My thought is too about potentially starting that over and being evil, but I find myself having a difficult time being evil in that game. It makes me feel so bad.
That's what
Arthur's not an evil person.
Go online and kill
Yes.
a bunch of people. You know?
Exactly.
That's fair. We should just,
Actually, they added like bounties and shit. So now you kill people and you become wanted to kind of help with the grieving.
That's cool.
we should also play that sometime. soon.
We should.
Yes, I'd be down. Which, by the way, I have to create an online persistent posse in order to get a trophy, and then I'll just disband it. So, $200 well spent. Overwatch, obviously, with you guys, I'm still terrible at pointing and shooting, but I will fly around and heal you like a champion.
Yeah, pointing and shooting. Why would you say you have a problem with that?
Poor hand-eye coordination.
Any other reason? What type of
Nope.
periphery are you using?
I don't know. I can't imagine what in the world could possibly make me so awful at it, but interesting. I also picked up Dauntless. So during the Game of the Year awards, there was a trailer for Dauntless. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I downloaded it. And right now it's in open beta, so it's free to play. Essentially, it's a faster-paced love child of Monster Hunter World and Fortnite or Sea of Thieves as far as like toning and animation and things like that. It's a lot of fun. I really love the idea of Monster Hunter World, jumping into a game with a bunch of friends and trying to down a big boss together 15, 20 minutes at a time. It's exactly what this offers. My problems with Monster Hunter World tended to be more around like input lag and everything felt sluggish, and I'd get so frustrated getting swiped because I couldn't dodge in time. This solves a lot of those challenges, but you still get the resource gathering and crafting and the big kills and that kind of stuff, and it's completely online, whereas Monster Hunter World you can kind of do by yourself. So if you guys haven't played Dauntless yet and you're still looking for like a Monster Hunter type fix, check it out. Free to play, a lot of fun. I also downloaded Ashen yet, but I haven't played it yet, so that'll be coming soon. And then jumping back into Fortnite. Again, I'm not so good with the shooty pew pew, but a little bit of practice. Actually, my bigger problem with Fortnite is building. These guys who build a fucking house in 15 seconds, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of coordination.
I'm still terrible about that. I just bound a bunch of those commands out to I have a Naga mouse, so that has helped me at least be a little better, but still trash. Still trash.
Yeah, Naga gonna shoot me mouse where you just fucking build a wall. It's like, ha! Okay. That's it.
Dion?
What you got, Deion?
Talk about gamers ADD. I have a lot of games that I've played over the course of like the last couple weeks. Beat Saber is one of those games where like I pulled out my VR so that my friends would play, and then I'm like, it's been a while, and then I started playing it. I'm like, all right, I'm back into this now. So just the fact of watching other people play not so well, I'm just like, I gotta play again. So that's been fun. I got kind of hooked on that Overwatch train thanks to you guys. So I'm definitely into that. That's been a lot of fun playing together. So we're doing a lot of that. Smash Bros here or there. When John drunkenly tries to beat me, that's fun.
Pretty sure I did. I don't remember that night super well. Pretty sure I won.
Anyway.
Pretty sure I won.
Yeah, Red Dead. I'm working through that. I'm making great progress, gentlemen. Great progress. I did a shit ton of fishing. Okay,
I saw. You're almost to chapter 3. You silly son of a bitch.
Making moves.
I feel like chapter 6 was as long as all the other chapters combined too.
It was a pretty long one. Like 2 and 3 were really long. 4 and 5 went quick. Chapter 6 was another one that just kind of kept going.
Been doing a lot of side stuff though. I just did the one side stuff where the side mission where you like find this carnival dude dressed up like a chick and you had to get these random
man
out there.
And the fucking lion.
Yes, the lion.
Oh my god.
I wonder if I missed that one.
Amazing.
You would
have
remembered that.
Yeah, he loses a zebra, a tiger, and a lion, and you have to go track them down.
Oh no shit.
It's one of the better missions for sure.
I remember the little person that I had to chase around.
Yeah, no. This is a guy.
There
He
you
has like a roaming
This
circus.
game.
So he's a man who is posing as the world's best female lion tamer, but he's actually a dude.
Gotcha.
And he wrecks his caravan, and the animals get out, and he needs your help to go get them.
Oh,
was
cool.
classic.
So that's just a random one?
Yes, a random encounter.
Gotcha. Yeah. Wow, I've not seen that one yet. Fuck.
It was good.
I want to play it.
Yeah, dude. Battlefield 5, playing that whenever some friends hop on there. And then, like, you know, when I used to PC game, I used to... What?
I'm just looking at the next three that you
Here's the
wrote
thing.
down.
The next three are solid. Okay. I used to be like a military shooter gamer on PC, so like I started playing a lot of like Arma and like DayZ and stuff like that. So DayZ, I used to play DayZ when it was a mod, and that was like my shit. DayZ has been in early access for like 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
They just got out of early access, and I have a friend who's fucking Lampy is addicted to that game still.
What up, Lampy?
Told me to give it a shot again. They changed the engine completely, so it actually plays way better. It just like they should have been here like 4 years ago. So it's actually it is fun. It's just like we should have been here 4 years ago.
Fuck.
Um,
That's sort of tempting with the new engine.
I know. Like it's like give it a shot. It's cool with the new engine, and actually you can do shit now.
So if you purchased it before, it's just all like you don't need to purchase it again or anything.
No, yeah, it's all
Okay.
there, dude.
Okay.
You already bought it, so you don't have to do anything. Postscriptum is a military game where I run around and heal everybody. That's pretty much what I do. So I'm mercy of the battlefield, essentially. But it's a realistic like World War II shooter. And then I don't get to play my Switch that much because I'm playing all these other fucking games. So usually when I'm playing my Switch, I'm like kind of chilling in bed or watching TV before I go to bed. So I did pick up Civ 6. I saw that it did pretty well. I do like you know Sid Meier's and the other Civ games. I play them on PC. It actually plays pretty well, and it's just one of those games where I'm like casually chilling, watching TV. I do a couple turns in Civ, and I go to bed. So it wasn't a bad buy.
Interesting. I might need to check that out because I love Civ 6. I'm not sure how I feel with it being on the Switch though. That'd be interesting. I'm used to that mouse.
What you lose is I think there are definitely limitations as far as like multiplayer stuff. As far as like online multiplayer things. So like I wouldn't do it like John what we've done before where we've like chilled and played online. But like
Right.
if you're chilling and you're playing your own campaign, it's a lot of fun.
That's fair. That's fair.
And remember that game's not high it's not high in graphics, so it plays fine.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I
Fucking
got.
gaming ADD over there.
Clearly.
Yeah. Oh, you're one to talk
I was gonna say I'm not much better
to.
because I left Battlefield 5 off that list, and Fallout 76. But yeah, shit, fucking too many games. It's such a great time to be a gamer, and I'm excited
is.
for what 2019. I'm actually a little excited because I feel like early 2019 is like a little busy, but not as busy like September through November have been for gaming. So I'm kind of like, okay,
I was thinking about that. I'm gonna take a nap in May.
Take a nap, then get to E3 again and get going.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
whenever this PlayStation shit is.
I didn't beat Spider-Man, so that's like the first thing that I'm gonna do. Like
Actually, I was playing that about an hour ago. Get back into it.
Yeah. Beat that, and I still need to do the DLCs. The third DLC drops just over a week from now. I think it's like the 20. I want to say it was the 21st. But that seems weird. It's a Friday, but very soon, next week or two. So, first DLC I heard was good. Second, mediocre. Third, no idea. We'll see, but definitely want to check it out. Okay, anything else, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna
Proper Sunday.
just double check this. Feedback, make sure nothing there. Okay, we're good. And yeah, so Sunday, Super Smash Brothers might get smashed while playing Smash. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, until next time, stay salted.
Bye.